Greetings and salutations, everybody. Lord X here, coming at you for this very special 1,000th, 200th video. That's right, this is... Wow, I have uploaded so much crap to YouTube. Anyways, today we're going to do something a little bit special. I was inspired by my buddy Israel Pacheco89 the other week when he put up his Vita collection video. So I wanted to do something the same. So what I'm going to be doing, similar. Actually, it's pretty much the exact same thing, except instead of the Vita, which I think I'll save for a later date, I'm going to go through my 3DS collection, which is a much larger collection, to be quite honest. Most of my 3DS games are physical. I have one digital one, that's Tomodachi Life. I picked that up digitally for whatever reason. But today we're going to dive in through the physical collection, and wow, I should really write a script for these things, because I'm just so excited. I can't believe I've uploaded that much shit to YouTube. Alright, so let's dive into the first game. It's actually one I have not played yet. And by the way, the only order I'm doing these in is alphabetical. So, nothing like favorite to least favorite, nothing like that. Anyways, first game, one I have not played yet. I picked up during Boxing Day? No, Black Friday sales. That is, of course, Animal Crossing New Leaf, which, I've heard nothing but good things about. I've also heard that once you get into it, your life pretty much gets sucked into it, which is probably a good thing. I have not really dove into this game much yet. So yeah, Animal Crossing New Leaf. Cool. Next up, we have one of the first games I actually bought for the 3DS. Actually, the very first game I bought was Street Fighter 4. I ended up trading that in at some point, just I didn't really enjoy it. But this fighting game, I really did enjoy, and of course I'm talking about Dead or Alive Dimensions. This was really fun. The 3D was actually really good onto it, and it has that core, rock, paper, scissors type fighting style that you get in the Dead or Alive games. Really nice on a handheld. It looked gorgeous, to be honest with you. Yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I'm a big fan of the Dead or Alive games anyway, so take it or leave it at that, folks. Next up is a game that I really, really need to get back to finishing once I'm done playing the game I'm currently playing on the 3DS. But of course, I need to get back into this because I know it's awesome. I bought the collector's edition of it. I'm referring to Final Fantasy, Square Enix's Bravely Default, which is basically a old school classic Final Fantasy game with an incredible art style, really nicely detailed. Overall, a beautiful game. One that I need to get back into playing, finish it, make sweet, sweet love to it. So yeah, and Bravery 2nd I know is soon coming out in Japan, and hopefully we get that over here in the US. Please, Square, Nintendo, bring us the sequel to this game. Please. We need more classic JRPGs, and this game proved that the turn-based style is not dead. Classic Final Fantasy is alive and well in the hearts of many, and we want more of it. Alright, let's keep the Final Fantasy bandwagon going, because I have Final Fantasy, Theorhythm Final Fantasy. The absolute beauty of a game, because the music in this is just wonderful. It's gorgeous. I love the Final Fantasy series, right up until 13 anyway, that horrible abomination, but it still had good music. And the Theorhythm games, they bring forth that awesome music. This is a love letter to the Final Fantasy music, and it couldn't get any better than this, right? wrong, because Theorhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Call came out just last year, and it improved on everything. It's added in so much more, and it's actually added in music from other games as well. I think Nier actually got some music added into this not so long ago, so that's cool. More music, more playable characters, just improvements on everything they did in the Theorhythm series. So, again, like I mentioned just before, Theorhythm is a game worth your time, and you should check it out if you can. Find a copy. If you can't find a physical copy, download a copy of it. If you love Final Fantasy, if you love music in general, just like music, beautiful music, Theorhythm Final Fantasy is a game that you should play. Next up is another game that I haven't finished but probably should have, because again, it's fucking awesome. And was actually kind of hard to find for the longest time as well. I believe it's a little bit easier now, or maybe not. And that's Fire Emblem Awakening. And yeah, this game was really cool. Permadeath, XCOM style, is available if you so desire. Can't remember exactly what I was playing on, but anywho, yeah, beautiful game, great story to it, awesome core strategy RPG gameplay mechanics, the permadeath as I mentioned, just yeah, this game is beautiful, and if you own a 3DS, it should be in your collection. Alright, next we have a game that, from what I know, is actually getting a bit tougher to find in some places, and that's Kid Icarus Uprising. And I never did, I think I played a little bit of it, but I never did finish it. I know it's a growing trend with me, believe me. Hang on, because we're going to experience that a few more times yet. But, yeah, the thing about this game was it came with that little, table thing, you know, the little adjustment that you could put your 3DS on and play that way. Yeah, if you didn't use that thing, this game was incredibly hard on the hands. That was maybe its biggest downfall. But hey, it was a new Kid Icarus game, and it did really well. It was good. It looked beautiful, but like I said, playing it was kind of rough, and that's a hard selling point. Maybe I'll give this another go once I get a new 3DS, pop it in there, see if it's any easier to use, but yeah, I'm happy to have it in my collection anyway, because like I said, it's becoming one of those hard to find games, and I'm just happy to own it. Alright, now we're going into the Mario block here, and we're going to start off with Mario Kart 7. This was my first Mario Kart that I've owned since the original, actually. I've never owned an N64 or GameCube or Wii. Shoot me. But, yeah, this game was actually really well done. And, well, Mario Kart 8 only improved on the Wii U, but this game was really nice. Core Mario Kart gameplay. The online worked, which, who knew Nintendo could actually get an online game working well? That, and if you own one copy and you had a couple of your friends with a 3DS, you could do the whole, stream play thing where one copy of the game could be played on 3 different 3DSs. That sort of deal. That was fun. I remember, I'm mumbling. I remember standing in line for the Avengers, and this is what we played during that time, and it was awesome and great, and so many cursing being dealt out due to red shells. Good times. Next is a game, another in the Mario series, where it was nice in concept, and really, as I'll mention right in a minute, It's something that Nintendo should use in terms of, having a kind of similar system to Xbox and Steam's achievements and PlayStation's trophies. If they would just look at this game and go, oh, we could do that to encourage, trophy horrors on Wii U or 3DS for that matter. Super Mario or Paper Mario Sticker Star. And I'm realizing now I probably should have you. No, you're in the right spot actually. Think about my alphabetical order, but yeah, this game was great in concept. I was super, super excited for this game because I remember playing the other Paper Mario titles at a friend's place, loving them. It was an RPG, something that didn't really have on the 3DS at that point, because this came way before Bravely Default did. This isn't a good game. I will say it now, just the whole sticker system did not work. And the reason I didn't finish this game is I got to a point where it was like, what the fuck do I do now? And never really did look up a guide or anything, but yeah, it just got confusing. And the battle system, if you didn't have the right stickers, you were fucked. Okay, I'm just telling you that now. You were fucked if you did not have good stickers on you. So yeah, Paper Mario Sticker Star. It tried something new, didn't work. Go back to the old Paper Mario RPG style. Please, because I know that there's another good Paper Mario game out there somewhere waiting to be made. Next up, the game that I am currently playing right now on my 3DS. I've beaten the main story. I'm going into the extra story, and that is Pokemon Omega Ruby. And as most of the titles you've seen pop up, does have this up here saying play in English and French. I hate the fact that all Canadian box art has that on it for Nintendo titles on the 3DS. It is annoying as piss. Anyways, Omega Ruby, it's been fun, though extremely easy compared to some other Pokemon games. And a lot of people will bitch, like IGN, about the too much water concept. We've seen this region before, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of water. It's one of the design choices for it. God forbid if we get the Orange Islands in any Pokemon game in the future. I want to see that game, to be honest with you. It's like the one region that hasn't been touched in the Pokemon games yet, as far as I remember anyway. So yeah. But going back to Omega Ruby, really good game. The fact that they've added in a whole extra new story to it is cool. Seeing the Hoenn region in, 3D models is awesome. So yeah, Omega Ruby, really fun. It was bound to get a remake. It deserved a remake, really. Every other Pokemon game's gotten one, so that's cool. Really doubt if we'll get another Pokemon game this year. I think Nintendo should just take a break from the main series. Maybe just put out another mystery dungeon or something like that. Go back to the drawing board, make a new game, make the Wii U title that everybody wants, and just make it like a beautiful game. I would love to see, Gold or Gold and Silver remade again, but in the 3D graphics, and you have the whole Kanto region, the whole Johto region. That would be cool. But yeah, Omega Ruby, really fun if you're a Pokemon fan. I'm sure you've already picked it up. And going along with Pokemon X. I mean, my name's X. I had to get X, after all. This really made me fall back in love with Pokemon again. I mean, the year before when Black 2 came out, I didn't like it. I'm telling you right now, I did not like that game. The story bored the hell out of me. Never finished it because of that, because it was like, wow, I'm just doing this same old shit again. Then Pokemon X came out, and, we got the first ever 3D Pokemon game with 3D models, and there was something about it that really, sparked that inner joy of Pokemon in me again, and I absolutely loved this game. I played non-stop. I couldn't put it down. Even after finishing the game, I ended up making new Pokemon teams and training them up, and I love this game. This is probably my favorite Pokemon title since Pokemon Gold. So yeah, Pokemon X. Now we're going to get a little Japan on you. Just fair warning. First up, we have the crossover game extraordinaire featuring characters from Capcom, Namco Bandai, and that's about it, but characters from Dot Hack, Valkyria Chronicles, Street Fighter, Devil May Cry, Mega Man, Dot Hack, Resident Evil. It's Project X Zone. Again, another title I never really dove into much, just because it came at a very bad time when there were a lot of other games I was playing. It's been a title that I've been meaning to go back to and try and play through, which I probably will once I get a new 3DS, because I don't want to go through the hassle of transferring data over and that kind of bullshit. So yeah, once I get a new 3DS sometime in the future, I will probably stick this game in and finally play through it, because I want to. Because, it's a massive crossover. It's a strategy RPG. I know it didn't do too well on the review side of things. Some people say it's not that great, but come on. It's the ultimate crossover game. It's got to be worth something, right? Next up is a title that is hard as balls. And I am talking about Shin Megami Tensei 4. The first game in this series in, God, what was it? 10, 12 years, I think the gap was between 3 and 4. I've almost been too scared to play this game. And again, it came in at a time where I was playing so much other stuff, so couldn't really delve into it much. I want to. I know it's incredibly difficult, and, well, that's probably going to enjoy the sadist in me, so I'll get around to it at some point, like Project X Zone, waiting for the new 3DS. I'll pop her in there and have a go at it. And continuing with the Shin Megami Tensei trend, we have Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoners Soul Hackers. Try and say that name 5 times fast. But yeah, again, it's another Shin Megami Tensei game, dungeon crawler, RPG, JRPG, well, JRPG, but really cool concept. I highly recommend it to anybody. The Devil Summoner games are highly addictive, incredibly fun, and they are worth picking up if you can find a copy. Stuff like this does tend to go rare pretty quickly, just like Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Project X Zone. If you see them and you're kind of interested, but you're not sure, pick them up, else you may have to pick up a digital copy. Next, this is the game that I think saved the 3DS, and I am referring to Super Mario 3D Land. First, didn't think this was going to do well. Then, wow. Wow. This game surprised the hell out of me and a whole lot of other people. Also, I just want to mention something. Just on the Shin Megami Tensei, Project X Zone, and those 2 games, no French label. So, I was wrong there, folks. Some games don't have the French label into it. First-party Nintendo games do, though. But yeah, this game surprised the hell out of me. It was fun. It was like classic Mario all over again. Trying to speed run through all the levels, and the first set of worlds were like, this is kind of easy. There were the odd challenges. Then you unlock the second world. Holy balls! This is Mario. This is Lost Levels type Mario. Never finished it because holy hell, it kept dying too fucking much. I also did get Luigi too, so been playing as him. Any game that allows a playable Luigi, awesome game in my book. So yeah, Super Mario 3D Land, it's worth having in your collection. Then last year's hit, and one of my picks for top 11 games of 2014, I think it was number 5 or 4, one or the other. Super Smash Bros. On the 3DS. It's Smash Bros. On the 3DS. It works on the 3DS. 4-player battles are pretty damn difficult on a normal 3DS. I'm not sure XL may be a little bit easier to watch the action, but if you do one-on-one battles, really fun game. Included every single character from the Wii U version as well. Came out before the Wii U version. It was a nice taste. It was really fun. The gameplay works. It's smooth. It runs at a nicely 60 frames per second, 1080. Oh, not 1080p, I don't think. But yeah, Smash Brothers on the 3DS. If you only own a 3DS and not a Wii U, I do recommend picking this up if you're a fan of the series. It is the best game in the series. The extra modes, not that good. They're okay, but they're not that good. Still, very, very much a fun game. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty here, folks. I've only got 4 games left. We got a little bit of Japan and a little bit of Zelda. So first off, we have from Namco, Tales of the Abyss. The port from the PS2 to the 3DS. And this game is fantastic. Why? Because it's a motherfucking Tales game. That's why. Great combat, great story, really fun, highly addictive, and you have the anime cutscenes in here. It's a gorgeous game. It's worth playing if you never played the PS2 version. So, again, if you can find a copy, buy it, because it is well worth your time and your gameplay experience. Next up, we have a game that came very close to being my Game of the Year of 2013, and that is The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. I love A Link to the Past. It is my favorite Zelda game of all time. I played the shit out of it when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. I couldn't get enough of that game. And I've been meaning to buy it on the Wii U eShop as well so I can play through it again. So when they announced A Link Between Worlds, a sequel to A Link to the Past, I was thrilled. I was excited. I was also a bit worried, because I didn't know if it was going to work, but then it did, and you could tackle the dungeons in like any order that you wanted to. The weapon rental system was new and unique, and it had a different kind of approach to it. Some people considered it easy, or made it a little too easy, but really didn't. But the story here is so nice, so fantastic. The new gameplay mechanics of becoming like a 2D Link on the wall and moving around, mind-bogglingly cool. I love this game to death. It is probably my favorite 3DS game that I own. I don't say that lightly because, as you've seen, I have a massive pile of 3DS games. If this game is not in your collection, you owe it to yourself to go out and buy it. Then, of course, we have the game that a lot of people consider to be their favorite Zelda game, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D. And my buddy Israel, he did mention that this is becoming a bit hard to find as well, so if you can get a copy, I guess. Great remake of the N64 version, nicely detailed. Gonna be honest, I never really played Ocarina of Time back on the N64 because I didn't have an N64. I watched a friend play it. I think I might have dabbled into it a few times, but never played it, never finished it. So having this on the 3DS, again, like Mario 3D World, this was one of the games that saved the 3DS in my opinion. I do have a limited edition poster that's hanging right up there. One of 10 people, I managed to get one. So I am very happy to say I have this game in my collection. It is beautiful. I'm really looking forward to Majora's Mask because, unlike this game, I have never even touched Majora's Mask. I have seen playthroughs, I've seen speed runs, but I've never played it myself, and I'm really excited to add that game into my collection, well, in 10 days. So, yeah, looking forward to it. And the final game on my physical 3DS collection, Virtue's Last Reward. This game is awesome. It is the sequel to 999, which I may, show off in a future video. Maybe a DS collection video. Would you like that? Okay, then just leave a like if you want a normal DS collection in the future. But Virtue's Last Reward, this is an awesome game. It came out on the Vita as well. Just a beautiful visual novel, and of course, the guys that made this also made Danganronpa, my game of the year for last year. So this was I believe they did this before Danganronpa. Can't really remember since Danganronpa was a PSP game before it was ported over. But anyways, yeah, we got this before we got Danganronpa. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it's a beautiful game, really intense. The puzzles can be so difficult at times. You gotta make some very tough choices within the game. And I think there's something like 21 possible different endings you can get to the game. One true ending and just a whole lot of other what the fuck just happened type of endings, as far as I know. So yeah, I do recommend this game to anybody. Again, if you can find the copy, do yourself a favor and buy it. So there you go, guys. That is my 3DS collection. I am not even going to, do jump cuts or anything like that in this video. This is pure on me. So if I've screwed up, I've screwed up. If you didn't like that, I apologize. But for this 1200th video, we're just going all natural. So that was my 3DS collection. If you want to see another collection video from me, please leave a comment down below and I'll try and do so. I can do a Vita collection, a PS4 collection, I can do a Wii U collection even though I only have 3 games, I could do a DS collection, and I could probably do a multi-part PS3 collection. I can also do a 360 collection. That one's fairly simple because I only have a select few 360 games. If you want to see any of those, any or all of those, please tell me down below in the comments, through Twitter, through any way, a carrier pigeon if you can find my location, I guess. I don't know, if you use a pigeon, it's probably going to end up at Mike Tyson. And, no time for bird sex. So, a little joke for some of you, I guess. Maybe you, Big Boss, if you're watching. So, guys, thank you so much again for watching. I really appreciate it. I've been Lord X. You've been awesome. And I will catch you next time.